What makes training programs on cooperation and sustainability meaningful? What do participants of such programs actually learn? What do they need to be change makers for sustainable futures? At IDOS, we're running different programs for postgraduates and professionals. These are individuals who want to make a difference and they want to shape sustainable futures. We are thereby focusing on three sets of competences. First of all, sense-making competences. Second, cooperation competences. And third, transformation competences. Why did we choose this set of competences? And what do we actually mean by them? Sense-making competence is about the way we see and analyze the world. So it is how do we make sense of the events that are happening, about the dynamics that are unfolding, about the problems we are facing. This is a competence that is important because it helps us to analyze complex problems. And a sound understanding of complex problems, again, is a precondition to find viable solutions. There are different elements that are related to sense-making competence. So first of all, critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze and evaluate information and data and to base your decisions on scientific evidence. It is the ability to critically assess and analyze core assumptions and to also take into consideration alternative approaches. A second element is systems thinking. Systems thinking is about seeing the bigger pictures. How are the different elements related to each other? What kind of effects does an action or a policy have on other elements? And thirdly, normative competence is about understanding the normative core that guide patterns of thinking and acting. Cooperation competence entails the ability to communicate constructively, no matter how divergent our worldviews, values, opinions might be. It is about daring to go into controversy, but at the same time listening generously. It is the ability to foster a meaningful dialogue, and such a dialogue is the basis for developing a joint understanding and joint objectives. Cooperation competence is also about being able to leverage diversity. So appreciating diversity and being able to involve people from various backgrounds and to help them to unfold their unique potential. And finally, cooperation competence is about conflict transformation, the ability to deal with conflicts in a constructive way. Last but not least, transformation competence is an important third element for change makers. Albert Einstein once said, "We cannot solve the problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." So transformation is about doing things radically different and getting over or beyond path dependencies. Transformation competence includes different aspects. Futures thinking is about developing visions of the future, and it strengthens long-term orientation. Navigating uncertainty is about letting go of the illusion of control. It helps people to see transformations as opportunities for change, to experiment and to learn. And creativity, of course, is important to develop new solutions for new challenges. It's about innovation. Finally, we need strategic action to reach the visions of the future we are wanting for. And that is about designing interventions for transformation processes. At the core of all these competences lies reflexivity. Reflexivity is a cross-cutting competence that feeds into all the others. Reflexivity is about the ability and the willingness to learn, to adapt, and to change. It is about the habit of reflecting on processes, not only by looking back at them, but also by looking inwards. So looking into yourself, at your own behavior, your values, your attitudes, your habits. And such an introspective is important for changing patterns of thinking and acting. And by thus, it's important for learning and for unlearning and for transformation. So in a nutshell, sense-making, cooperation, transformation, based on self-awareness and reflexivity. These are the competences that we try to nurture in our training programs. We do so to prepare the next generation of leaders to cooperate in a world that is multipolar, that is fragmented, that is polarized and full of challenges.